Oh my goodness. So, Michelle,
So,
no, hold for applause.
yeah,
That's
don't.
like the huge crowd that is losing their minds because it's our 100th time sitting down and talking, and we're live right
Yeah,
now
yeah.
for three people who
Wow.
who are very kind, and I I have to say, Michelle, I actually am a little. I have like a little bit of a bone to pick with you.
Okay.
Nothing major. It's not about the fact that you decided to have all your microphone problems the one time we were going to be live. That's not what I was going to talk about. Although you
Really?
you did though. You, we hadn't had like a single problem with your microphone in easily months.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then it's like good thing I was like, let's just spend about 20 minutes kind of getting ready and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So we are taking your chats, by the way. Tony Marr said, congratulations times 100. Well, thank you, my friend.
Thanks.
But, Michelle, the reason I'm upset with you, and there
Mm-hmm.
are lots of good reasons, but the true reason that I'm upset with you is because you just had to make episode 100 like the day before October when I have all of this stuff going on. You know, I'm going to Cinema Wasteland in Cleveland tomorrow, and you just had to do it today.
Yeah. I know. I know. This is the day that I wanted to do it because I knew it would inconvenience you the most, obviously. Like,
And that's the thing, because you see, people think Michelle's nice. They're like, "Oh, she's so nice and shy or whatever," but she's actually a jerk. She
yeah.
like for real. This is kind of like the secret of Michelle is that she's a jerk. And I feel like after 100 episodes, we finally cracked, the ego. We finally depleted your ego to the point where you're going to show your true self. Finally.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds about right. Specifically, last week you asked what day do you want to do this on, and you said either Wednesday or Thursday, and I said I guess Thursday because I knew, not because I thought maybe plumbers would come to my house on Wednesday, which they did, but because I knew that this would be the most inconvenient way to do this
I
for
and,
you.
and I appreciate your honesty for once. Ooh,
You're
we even
welcome.
have a viewer on Twitch. I didn't even know
Wow.
anyone knew about me on Twitch.
Wow.
I've streamed like 3 times on there. Well, thank you, my friend on Twitch. You're appreciated. So, but so anyway, uh, since it's 100th episode of a podcast where we just talk about pretty much this, just whatever, because that's like this show. I'm very proud of it because it's a testament to a podcast concept so difficult, almost in that it is lazy, if that makes sense. Like, we don't have a general theme or concept for this show, and we never have, other than that you and I talk to each other. That's
Hmm.
the only thing. Like, there's never been a week where all of a sudden it's just like, it's Michelle and this guy from England, or this guy from Pakistan who's in love with me via Facebook. He's
Oh,
gonna be my
what?
co-host this week.
Why haven't we done that?
That would actually be kind of amazing. Bring them
Yeah.
on, bring them on live. I can
Mhm.
just send them the link, and then boom, they would be on the little square with us.
That would be a thing.
I could,
Yeah.
I could, like an attorney, negotiate your love life with them.
Yeah. Man.
Michelle has this issue where people, foreign people, generally, not always, but often, I would say the quantity is highly foreign, but the quality is more domestic. Like the real creeps seem to be good old American made
Mhm.
folk.
Yeah.
but yeah, that's like uh sorry, I'm laughing at how awkward that is. Um but no, they yeah, they hit on you like relentlessly.
Hmm.
And like, okay, so let's role play this out like this is what like so people can understand what like a general one of these would be like, okay? So imagine that
Okay.
I'm Facebook messaging you, okay?
Okay.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, not too much. What about you?
Oh, I am pretty good. I have a lot of money. Are you have boyfriend?
Um, no, but that's okay. And I don't really like money, so.
But your last name and your nose?
Oh, well,
Question mark.
luckily none of them have gone like that.
That's the next step. The next step in like unwanted dating attempts toward you. It's got to be it's got to be anti-Semitism. It just hasn't made it yet. That's almost like such a unfortunate thing that it hasn't reached that level yet, you know?
What about
What
if
about? Okay.
instead of saying, "Oh, hey, I'm not really interested in like people or something," or whatever I'm
Or
supposed to say,
humans.
yeah, like I'm not really like straight or something. What about instead of saying that, I say I'm Jewish?
I used to, did I ever tell you about, I used to, there were a couple of years there where I used to go to the grocery store and stuff. And when people would say, Happy Thanksgiving, I would go, I'm Jewish.
Yeah, I remember.
And they would always they always had like this look of politeness with immediate confusion afterward. They'd be like, oh, I'm sorry.
What?
So, okay. So back to this, this is really like a role play like any good therapist would need you to go through. So okay, so back to that. So like I am well, do you have a boyfriend?
Um, and then I have to decide what I say because, like, I don't want to say I have a boyfriend because that's a lie, and I don't really want to lie.
To a stranger who's undoubtedly lying to you.
Yes.
Okay.
So I say
Okay.
no. I'm not. I'm not. I don't have a boyfriend.
Okay. Okay. I can appreciate that. And then they say, "Oh, well, why not? You are such beautiful womans."
Oh, and then I say, wow, your English is better than mine. Um. Um. I say, well, I'm just like not interested in men or something like that. I don't know. And I say all this stuff and I type out like I don't know and like
And then their response is like, "But what about me?"
and I say are you like not a man? Because I'm confused about this question.
Ah, okay. What's the weirdest response you've gotten to like to specifically like I am not interested in a man?
Oh, I just say I don't even say that. I just say like I'm not straight. Like I'm sorry.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then they go, "Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem." And then they continue to hit on me.
Okay, yeah, yeah, okay, yeah.
That's usually like I don't know if there's ever been a time where I've said that and people have not continued to hit on me
Over the internet.
on the internet.
Okay, not in person.
In real life people don't actually hit on me. So,
Oh,
or they do, but I can't tell.
it just doesn't quite click with you. You're
Just
like,
goes
this is
right over
fine.
my head. Yeah, they're like, "Oh, you're so pretty," and I'm like, "I don't know why you're saying that, but that's nice
That's
that you want
nice,
to make me
dear.
feel better."
Yeah, yeah. So, uh, and inevitably, do you just? I mean, like, are they really like? Are they really like looking for love, or do you think they want like your bank account number? Like, what do you think is going on?
Well, to be fair, most of them are, like it used to be more of a foreign thing, and now it's really more of a US UK thing for some reason.
Yeah, it seems like you get a lot of UK creeps.
Yeah. But they no, they don't want love or my bank account. They just want to believe that I will be something for them because they're lonely.
They just desperately want human connection,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you go pass.
Exactly. I mean, no, because I have some people that I talk to that are like friendly.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
totally
yeah.
fine as long as you don't just keep calling me beautiful and hitting on me. that this is dumb. Everything's dumb.
Well, I'm glad that you can survive it. I know that it's been that it's been a constant state of frustration.
Yeah.
I noticed here and there that some people get really bad, and you've had issues with people just hitting on you too much, like people that maybe met you once a really long time ago. Wasn't that one of them? Like,
Oh, no, I mean, there was someone, like, most of these people I've never ever met, which is fun because then I'm just like, you don't have any reason to be hitting on me. You don't know what I'm really like. You just see this picture that I drew of myself on Facebook. Like I took away my picture because I was tired of it, and it's still the same. But there was one guy who I did know who was hitting on me, which was the worst, honestly, because he got really upset with me and then blocked me. And it was someone that I was more or less friends with.
So. Well, I mean, it saved you time, I guess. You know, now you know he's a prick. So
yeah, it's okay because he can't hear or see this anymore. So.
Yeah, because he's blind and locked in a closet.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Very good.
He deserved it, so that's what we did.
So over to the chat, we have a whopping 5 live viewers right now, and we thank you very, very much for coming to sit with us. So let's see what you guys are saying. Whoa! I can make it appear on the screen.
Cool.
Isn't that neato?
Yeah.
Tony Marr said, "Happy October Eve." By the way, thank you, Tony.
Oh wow! It's one of those months that doesn't have a 31. It's just 30, and then the next month.
Wait, we don't have an October 31?
No, September.
Oh, Oh, yeah. See, I'm way out. Yeah. And then we got Katie Lynn Wolf with her laughing, crying react, which I appreciate. I think it was in response to your dating mishaps. Tony Marr with an LOL of his own. Oh, this is the one I meant to pull up. There are creeps everywhere, lol. I commented from Facebook. And I mean, it's true. I saw a meme once because for a while I remember it was a lot of like weird Middle Eastern.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I remember a meme came up once that said like any app is or any website is a dating website if you're Indian enough, and it just had like a picture of a bunch of Indian dudes, like, you know, like their weird profile pictures. Our old friend David Neuer, he just sent in. I actually need to pull it down because it's too long. I ditched my Charles Bronson podcast for this while I process at work. It better be good. Wow.
You should go back to your other one. I'm sure that was wonderful, and now you have to do this. Well, I'm sorry.
I doubt it's that good because Charles Bronson's dead, so it's not like he's on the podcast.
You don't know that. Maybe he is. Maybe that's how good it was.
Maybe you're right. So, and John Oak Dalton just commented. I wonder if oh wow, it'll show the whole thing. All right. He said, this conversation reminds me of this from a recent French language review of Scarecrow County, which is a film he directed that I produced. Henrik Couto, a young entrepreneur of inexpensive thrills, certainly very sympathetic with his pretty mustache and his long hair. Okay.
I like it. I like your mustache is pretty.
Thank you. Today it did not want to cooperate at all, and in the preview we're using, it's not mirroring, so I keep grabbing and fixing the wrong one.
I know. It's really hard. Unfortunately, at least for me, like I've started to kind of adapt to it. So at least my face doesn't look as scary to me anymore because it's like started to even out in my brain.
Oh goodness. I'm getting there. John Dalton said, question for Michelle. And that's really what we want from this, is really just questions for Michelle, because after 100 episodes of me making Michelle uncomfortable with questions and confrontation, I think it's your guys' turn. So, question for Michelle. Top 5 anime recommendations.
Oh, are you asking me?
That's a question for Michelle.
Yeah,
I mean, there's multiple parts, but I figured, do you want me to just read them all and then you answer them?
I can tell you that the other two I'm not going to have real answers for.
Yeah, you haven't seen Mayor of Easttown.
No.
And Phillies, Flyers, or Eagles, I don't think you're a sports person at all.
I'm not, and I hope they all have a good time doing whatever it is they're doing. But like
Yeah, I
the
feel when people bring up like the Bengals, I'm like, I literally don't know if it's a basketball team or a football team. Like,
yeah.
so, but top 5 anime recommendations. I'm guessing uh I'm not sure if he wants like deep cut anime
Yeah,
recommendations like
what do you
for
want?
yeah, do you want anime recommendations for the anime lover or do you want anime recommendations for the anime novice? I'm going to guess he's talking anime novice because John, while a pretty hip gentleman, I don't think he watches much anime. He's probably seen like Akira and stuff like that. But so I would say let's go with top 5 anime recommendations to start. And then if he comments something else we can go from there.
Okay, those are just totally different things. Okay,
Top 5 anime recommendations.
I'm trying to remember. There was somebody on Reddit who posted like, "Hey, maybe I don't like anime because my friends recommended me these and I don't like them." Like, and like, what do you?
They're
What,
your friends. I don't like my friends.
yeah, I don't like my friends. So I'm trying to remember what people recommended them
Mm-hmm.
because that would be helpful. Because like I remember that one of the things he watched was Attack on Titan and he didn't like it. But actually, I think that's a pretty good recommendation because it seems like a lot of people um a lot of people got into, like it spanned more than just uh Weeb's Attack on Titan.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, so we'll do Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan.
Um Trying to just think of
Trigun.
things.
Do you think
Um
Trigun would be one? I think it would be.
okay. I mean, I can say Trigun. I think Trigun has a lot of like like it's got a lot of like kind of like there's some cringy stuff in it a little bit, so I'm not really sure about Trigun, but I'll
Okay.
say we can say Trigun.
I mean, I liked Trigun. Oh well, if not Trigun, Death Note. I think Death Note is an excellent starter anime. I really
Mm,
do.
yeah, I
I mean,
mean,
this is a question for you, but you're just pussyfooting around, so I'm just
yeah,
trying to give you
you're
support.
you're just like I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of like a good damn. I don't know. Like this like that's not
You could
the
just pass on the question. It's just the only
no.
question in the world you're actually fully like,
I
like
know.
educated on.
I know, but I don't what anime do people even watch when they start watching anime? I would think like
I mean, what did you watch when you started, other than like Sailor Moon and stuff?
he said yeah, no, I'm
Are you reading the board? Stop reading the
yeah,
comments.
but
I'm
it's
reading the comments that you're
but
supposed
it's
to be reading.
okay. No, I mean, no, I don't like okay. Okay. Just, just fuck this. I'm gonna like just give you actual recommendations that I think would be good for
Okay.
for
Okay.
people. Okay.
Okay.
So, if you want we'll say Death Note. I think that's good.
Okay. Death Note.
Um uh what other anime exists again? Okay. All right. Okay, good starter anime too. Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop.
Um not honestly not my favorite anime, but it's very very good. It's really really well done. It's cohesive and it's got great music. So there we go.
Okay.
Um I think if you were like, wow, I kind of want something a little bit more like Western because but like Eastern, like weird, like maybe superheroes. Maybe you could watch like the first season of like My Hero Academia and then just quit and be like, that was enough for me.
Okay. So the first
Um,
season of My Hero Academia.
yeah, but that's actually not something that I like. But it's a good. Now I don't even know what I'm doing.
Okay. I think I
Um,
think Michelle is not able to answer questions about anime for some reason.
yeah.
I mean, you
Um,
showed me ReZero to start, then you showed me Erase to start, then you
mhm.
showed me Death Note.
Yeah, I
Uh,
don't. I don't think like ReZero is a good starter anime, despite that I showed it to
that
you.
you made it my starter anime.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay,
But I do think like Erased is good.
okay,
I think as an anime overall, if you like science fiction type anime, Steins Gate is really, really good.
okay.
Which you have not seen.
I have not.
But if you're gonna watch Steins Gate, you have to get through the first 2 episodes
Okay.
and still believe that you can watch the show. That's it. Stop
Okay,
talking.
no, that's it. That we hit 5. Jeez. Okay. David and I are laughing and rolling and crying. And then we have a question from the Sea of Madness. My buddy Keith Tomlin. Michelle, what is the most embarrassing story you have involving Henrik? Ooh.
That's
I
interesting.
want to know. I want to know.
What him I don't know. Henrik is actually like really not embarrassing.
Go on. I have no idea how to respond to that.
I like I don't know. It's still just probably like when we were talking about depressing foods and in that like
it was in a Turkish restaurant.
But it was like we weren't just talking about depressing foods. It was also like slightly race. Like the conversation was like I think it was a little bit like anti-Semitic. Like things were going on in that conversation that were also kind of worrying the people sitting next to us. So that was probably the most embarrassing. Yeah.
That was great when the Tool people sitting next to us were just like, what the hell are these people talking about? Oh, David Denoyer has a pretty serious question. What is the full story behind Band at Mugshot song?
Okay, I can do this one. So 2 things. One, it is partially a rewrite of a Crass song called Band at the Roxy.
Right.
So that. The second part is that the other part of it is there's a cafe in Philly. I don't even know if it's still around, called Mugshots in Fairmount. And I played a show there with some people we did like a terrible show, and we were basically banned from ever playing there again, but like not outwardly banned, like somebody told somebody else that, oh, we were banned pretty much. So they didn't say it to our face. And we don't even know why we were banned. I guess we were just that bad of a group of people. So it's not even that interesting. I just sang a song that was, I sang a Big D and the Kids Table song that had that said fuck like over and over and over again. And that's probably why we're banned, but yeah. That's it. I don't have.
Okay, we got another comment. This one's from YouTube. It says, I was brought here after listening to I'm So Great. I'm assuming he's referring to the song that I did, I'm Just So Great, after watching Horn Dog's Beach Party, which is available to watch free on my YouTube channel. And it's the kind of thing you'd like if you like that kind of thing. And he says, oh, I really think you're great. Well, thank you very much. That was very nice of you to say. Somebody else commented, Horn Dogs Forever. Nubes Dupatie. I'm sorry, I'll never say that name right. Then he said that it was such a good movie. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, is there going to be Horn Dogs 2? No. Oh, I missed one. I think I missed one by... Oh, here we go. Sorry, I missed this one. John Dalton wants to know, Scrapple, Wawa, or tomato pie?
That's a really interesting question.
Yeah, well, Scrapple
Wawa
is a type of meat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Wawa is a place you go to buy food.
Yeah.
Or drinks and stuff like that. And then tomato pie
is some sort of pizza. I would say Wawa.
Because you could potentially get Scrapple and tomato pie from Wawa, I guess.
I don't think you can get. I think you can. I can't remember if Wawa had pizza, if that was the one. But I would still say Wawa. It's right over there, up the block. So
if I'm a Sheetz person over Wawa.
Yeah, but the question wasn't between Wawa and Sheetz.
No, you're right. Scrapple, Wawa, or tomato pie. Maybe he doesn't know what those words exactly mean.
That's okay. I still say Wawa.
That's fair. Also from John, excuse me, he said, I've seen Attack on Titan and Death Note, so thank you. Those are right on.
Good. Yay.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, wow, there's more. Somebody asked what my favorite IPA was and how many IBUs it is. I don't know what either of those things are.
I know what an IPA is, but I don't.
Let's see. Have you ever? Oh, here we go. Have you ever gone to the Mummers Parade?
No, because I'm from New Jersey.
I think John, most of what he knows about Philly might be from the mayors of Easttown. So that might be why he's asking you those questions.
Well, I mean that's a good question. But no, I don't. It's like cold outside and it's in like South Philly and there's people there and stuff. So no, it's okay.
Fair enough. Okay. I think that's it for and then we got one comment on YouTube from Nubase Dupagia saying they got an awesome glass top humidor of Cohibas on vacation last month and they'd like to send me some. Please provide shipping info. Well, if you contact me directly on Facebook, search Henrik Kuto. I don't know how to put my name on here. We could talk about that, but I can't give you all the info right now because I don't have the graphics prepared. Well, I wasn't expecting so many things to have to read. This stream is better than a goal from the goal from Keith Premu at
I assume that's Pico, like the
Oh yeah.
power company thing.
Ah, yeah, I'm not familiar. I'm not one of the cool kids, I gotta be honest. Though it would be amazing to have a couple of Cohibas. But here we can pull this up. I'm not saying that people should be tipping, but we do have a tipping option.
And if it makes anyone feel better, like all the tips will just go to Henrik, so you don't have to worry about me taking them. Just
Hold on, I'm adding another one. And also, so here, you can email us at thisshowisawkward@gmail.com. That's where you'd want to contact if you want to get in touch about some, better than a case of tasty cakes. I would agree.
I like all of this Philly-based stuff going on.
I mean, I'm guessing some of these people are your friends. We've got we got 11 people checking us out across platforms, and I'm pretty happy about it. I mean, this is our first time ever live streaming this podcast, and I'm impressed by the amount of interaction, to be honest. We've got a comment from David Denoyer. Do you have a favorite movie from the ones that Hen has shown you through the years? I like how everything's about Michelle, by the way, as far as questions go. I mean, I got like a couple of comments about movies I was involved in, but everything's about Michelle.
Do you want me to ask you questions?
No, maybe, but answer this first. Of all the films, I mean, I've made you watch a lot of movies over the years.
Yeah, but you think that I remember them, and I don't know. What's a good one that you showed me that I can answer?
That you can answer. Well, I showed you Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Mm-hmm.
I've shown you all 7 original Nightmare on Elm Streets, because you were the ultimate captive audience. Your arm was in a sling, and you were recovering from shoulder surgery. So I was like, well, I just so happen to have brought all 7 of these. I took you to see Gone Girl in the theater.
Oh yeah, we did see
and that was a good movie. I mean, and I've mailed you movies so many times. I guess none of them had an impact on you because you don't remember any of them.
Oh no, they totally did, but like I don't remember any of what they were called. So I just have these.
So describe one then, and I'll tell you what it is. It's important that you be put on the spot, Michelle. Very important.
I'm just gonna end up randomly picking one that I like remember. And then
okay, that'll work.
Yep.
Wait, did you say something? I didn't hear it.
Are you sure you didn't hear it?
Yes.
Because I totally said the thing, and now I can't remember it. So
God damn it! How did? Damn it, Michelle. Okay, Michelle will answer one question eventually.
How about Phantasm?
Oh, yeah, you did really like Phantasm.
Yeah.
You ended up watching all of them, right?
I did.
Yeah. And was the first one your favorite?
I think so. Yeah.
But what was your least favorite Phantasm movie?
The really bad one. Which one was that? Oh, number 2?
Whoa! Michelle's one of the people who doesn't like Phantasm 2!
Was that the one? That's the one that, like, all the, like, the main character dude was different.
Yeah.
And then it was like, there's this love story for some reason in here.
Yeah.
I hated that one.
Yeah, I don't hate Phantasm 2, but it's my least favorite of all of them, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, wow, Michelle's one of those 2 haters. We got a comment from Nathan Zacharias. He says, I met a guy who was my Amtrak sleeper car attendant whose name was Phil, and he was from Philly.
That's pretty good. Good for him. And he worked at Amtrak.
John O'Dalton asks, Rocky, Trading Places, or 12 Monkeys?
I believe that is to you.
I mean, I'm guessing it's to you because I think all 3 of those movies are Philly movies, but I'm guessing you've only seen one.
Which one do you think I've seen?
Rocky.
No, we've gone over this.
You've never seen Rocky?
I haven't seen Rocky.
Now I've got to send you a copy of Rocky.
No.
So have you seen any of them then?
No.
12 Monkeys is pretty good. Trading Places is classic. And I mean, and if you've ever wanted to see Jamie Lee Curtis topless, it's in Trading Places.
So really,
I'm not saying, hey, this is a marketing point to you, Michelle.
Oh.
I am just saying, here is what it is.
Yeah. Okay.
There you have it.
Okay.
So, I would go Rocky because Rocky always makes me feel like I'm ready to get back up when I've been knocked down, and I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never going to keep me down.
That's good that you get up again.
Oh God, Sea of Madness says, if he made you watch Nothing But Trouble, quit the podcast and never talk to him again because friends do not do that to each other. You would probably like Nothing But Trouble. Nothing But Trouble, it's a weird movie, and it's kind of like, it kind of reminds me of like a really interesting anime that loses the plot. But it's just like, wow, it's still crazy though. 2 of the bad guys are gigantic babies. Like literal, like gigantic, disgusting, stinking, shitting themselves babies. And they're live action. I mean, it's not a cartoon.
Okay.
Anyway. New Base said, best thing about Wawa, them toasted hoags.
They do have those, yeah.
So, and then John O'Dalton asks, Liberty Bell, Eastern State Penitentiary, or Museum of Art?
Honestly, like Eastern State Penitentiary, like definitely. Liberty Bell's pretty uninteresting. The Museum of Art is really, really, really nice, but it's just there hanging out, and so.
Fair enough. Stako79 said, what about Philadelphia? Well, our friend, I pointed the wrong way. Our friend right here, Michelle, lives Philadelphia adjacent, basically in Philadelphia. You want to give your address real quick, or?
So it is, no, but I live in Delaware County, so yeah. I live close to Philly, and I live on the Philly side of Delaware County, not the like Chester side. So.
Not the garbage side.
No, not the nice. Well, actually, that's not nice over there, but Chester's nice. So. The county, not the place.
David Denoyer said, for both Henrik and Michelle, favorite meal to make. You want me to go first, I'm guessing? Ooh, that's tough. Okay, so I have to split it. I have to answer 2. I have to answer a summertime and a wintertime because otherwise I can't pick. Summertime is Mexican rice and beans. There are lots of ways to do it, but if I have access to like everything I want, then I'm going to have plenty of poblano peppers and jalapenos and fresh habanero. And I'll make a big vat of Mexican rice from an old recipe I was taught when I was a kid. That's all brown rice. And I make this big vat of it. It's hot to the touch almost. It's one of my favorite things. And then I make beans in any style, black beans, pinto beans, doesn't matter what kind of beans. Mix them together. I dice up an avocado, throw it on top, giant fucking meal, stuff myself till I'm ready to die. that makes me very, very happy. So for me, that is my summertime favorite meal to cook. I mean, aside from like, stupid things like just like eggs or quesadillas, like something that actually takes a little bit more than like a 10-minute effort.
Mhm.
And then in the winter, it's soup, generally chicken based soup. Doesn't really matter what's in it. That's kind of the fun of it, is like, what do I have laying around? What kind of noodles, or just chicken and noodles, something like that. That would be my way to go. Now Michelle has to answer because I took the brunt of that.
Oh. Sorry, I started looking at the chat again.
Don't look at the chat. It'll ruin your life. You'll go blind if you keep doing that. You're going to grow hair on your palms.
But it's right there. So like, I was trying to decide, because I like don't make things that I like love. I make things that I have ingredients for. So
Yeah.
it makes it difficult for me to think about like what I like to make. I think I'll do summer and then non-summer meals. Summer, I like to make pesto, which is like not really a meal, but I just put it on pasta. Just because I usually grow basil, and so I like just grab all of it and I destroy it in a little food processor.
Pesto pasta is totally a thing, so.
Yeah, I know, but like,
no shame.
But like, it's not like a big dish. It takes actually takes a really long time, because I got to take all the leaves off of the whatever that thing is called, basil, and
basil.
Yeah, actually, and yesterday I made beet green pesto because somebody was throwing away beet greens, so now I have beet greens.
Okay, so what about in the winter?
Winter, I guess I like to make like udon.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, weeb stuff.
Yeah, I almost said ramen, but it's a little, so it's actually worse.
Ramen is just weeb spaghetti.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. We all still like you. Stu Lumpkins, do you have any recommendations for alleviating my rheumatoid arthritis? Well, I would recommend you speak to your doctor, but I would recommend you go outside, walk out into the woods when it's acting up, when your rheumatoid arthritis is acting up. Find a flat stone and spit underneath it. That will help.
That worked for me, so.
Dr. Feelgood said, "Is she your girlfriend? I only pulled that one up so that I could say, she's a girl and she's a friend, but she's not my girlfriend." I want to quote some Pete and Pete. So, Nubase Depasha, I'm just saying it the way I am. Favorite Vitola. He loves Lanceros. Who, Nubase, do you know me? Because you know a lot about some of my hobbies that I'm not super public about. But mine is probably a Robusto or a Toro. It just depends on my mood, but usually Robusto. Stu, try ginger and turmeric. Oh, they're helping each other. You see, it's become a community so fast.
Yay!
Nubase said, "I love to watch your podcast when I'm enjoying a good smoke." Well, thank you very much. We hope that you're highly enjoying yourselves today, because we're trying something new with it being live. And who knows, Michelle, maybe we'll just be live forever and ever from here on out.
Like we don't get to go home ever after this?
Well, you're not home?
I gotta stop looking.
Stop looking at the chat. I'll bring up the good stuff.
No,
I saw it. But first we have to answer this. This is why I'm in charge of the show, Michelle.
What was the question? Oh yeah, no. I mean, I'm technically home, but like I am like not doing normal Michelle stuff. I mean, this is normal Michelle stuff, but like, it's not normal like listen to the radio and like stare at things and look for gigs. So I guess I can't ever do any of that again.
Nope.
So
it's over. I'm sorry. That time in your life is definitely over.
Man, that was like my entire life.
You should have learned to appreciate it. So, Jim Croce, Todd Rundgren, or Billie Holiday?
I assume that was to you, since those are names.
I only know Billie Holiday. I've never heard of the others. So I'm assuming it's you because you're a musician.
We'll just say Billie Holiday because I don't know the others either.
Billie Holiday wins. Do you want me to bring up the one with the thing about the thing that made you laugh, or do you want me to leave it alone?
No, you could totally bring that
Okay.
up.
From the Pitts Project, we love Michelle's natural underarms. I'm hopeful that I mean I don't know the Pitts Project particularly well, but somebody I did have to delete a comment from another video of somebody commenting on your armpits because I thought it was inappropriate.
Oh, thank you.
So we haven't
Life
had
is
a lot
hell.
of do what?
Life is hell.
Life is hell. Well, we haven't been bullied enough on the internet.
It's true.
Because that's how you know you don't have enough people watching. It's when nobody's like, "Hey, could you kill yourself?" It's like, so you did notice me. So, but the Pitts Project, Michelle's natural underarms love you.
They they don't actually love anyone. They're mean, but that's okay.
New Base said hashtag House of Herf. Right on, brother. John Dalton said they are Philly-born musicians. That's what you were missing out on.
It's okay. I'm not from Philly originally, so I'm not smart.
No, she's a transplant.
Yeah.
So, and then Dr. Feelgood said we would make a great couple. Yeah, a couple of weirdos. And then Dubé said match made in heaven. Well, Jews don't believe in heaven.
So it doesn't quite work. Yeah.
And then don't listen to the haters. So thank you for those comments. I honestly, see. Okay, so I want to talk about something that's important to me, and that is first of all putting the tip screen back up. But no, the something that's important to me. So I actually, and Michelle remembers this. I live streamed when it was very early in being a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I had a Ustream account way back when. I mean, we're talking 2006, 2007. It used to crash all the time. I had the microphone set up with the mixer, and I did my podcast live on, I think it was Wednesday nights. I would do the podcast. And it was the weird, like, I had a lot of fun with it, but the problem was I had been doing, and I still don't know how I did like 140 episodes of my old podcast. Almost all of them were by myself. I would have like occasional co-hosts, but I still don't know what the hell I even talked about. But when I was doing the live streams, when we had a lot of people there, and sometimes 40, 50 people would show up. I mean, because it wasn't that common to be able to watch somebody chat live back then.
Yeah.
Now there are, it's a cottage industry. Twitch, got so big that Amazon bought it because of doing that. But back then it just wasn't that big of a thing.
Yeah.
And there were episodes that were like the most fun in the world because there were plenty of people chatting and calling in. We had a call-in number. That was always fun. Because people would be in the chat like, I can't call. And then everybody would like peer pressure them. They'd be like, do it or else we're going to find you and kill you. And they'd be like, okay, I'll call in. They weren't like that. But that started to burn me out. And it's one of the reasons, even to this day, even with live stream being totally different than what it used to be, I get paranoid about the idea of doing live streams because I worry, like, if we don't have that interaction, is the show just dead? Will we just get bored and frustrated and not want to do it anymore?
Yeah.
Which is why, luckily, we've done 99 episodes without any input from anyone ever, which in a way was an experiment. The show was in many ways an experiment. I just wanted to see, well, number one, I was curious because Michelle's always been like, we're friends. So I was like, we'll see about that. Will you sit down and talk to me for a minimum of 30 minutes 100 times? Turns out, yes. Yes, you would.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what do you think of it all? Like, what do you think of that? Of sitting there, of the fact that we've sat down generally with no plan for 100 times.
I mean, I think it's pretty interesting. I didn't, it doesn't feel like it's been that long, but also feels like it's been forever.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, we started it in November of 2019. So we had like a nice solid 2.5 months before a global pandemic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were different
They were
times.
extremely different. So,
Yeah.
but I want to thank you for going on that journey with me so, so often, being ready. Stop looking at the chat. I can
I'm
see it
sorry.
in your face. You can click away from it or hide it from yourself or something.
No, but then how will I know?
Because I'm going to pick the choice chats.
Okay. Okay, I'm not looking anymore.
So I'm good because I've already blocked people in the
Good.
chat. So, I mean, not like good people. Yeah, I've blocked like that John Dalton. He pushed me. He pushed it too far.
Yeah,
All his
yeah.
Philly centric questions. No, but that's the thing though, is like I wanted the experience of broadcasting without a net, of sitting down and doing a talk show
Mhm.
where there is no goal other than to do one every week.
Yeah.
And I hope that it inspired you, and made you a little bit more comfortable on the microphone, maybe made you a little more comfortable talking. Maybe it didn't, but I feel like it did.
It probably did, you know?
I mean, I can hope. So, all right, we'll swing back to the chat and see what else people are saying. Um, oh dear, John Oak Dalton's right back at it from New
Hmm.
Jersey. Nancy Sinatra, Paul Simon, or Sugar Hill Gang?
Yeah, I'll go Paul Simon with that one. That works.
All right. Let's see. I would have to go Nancy Sinatra. Dr. Feelgood, this is for you, Michelle. Do you have an OnlyFans page? From You used to have an Only Sads page.
I tried. It didn't work. Nobody wanted to watch me be sad.
Well, and then it turned out it was a money laundering scheme. You
Yeah,
thought it was weird that all your checks came directly from El Salvador,
yeah,
and like said MS-13 on them.
but I thought it was okay. Like I thought like, it's okay to get money from terrible, terrible, terrible people.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I work in show business. Okay. Jim Craignon. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. He said, I missed the first bit of the show. What's been happening? We've been hanging out. We've been surprisingly interacting with a lot of really cool people, which has been fun. We talked a little bit about the experience of doing this show 100 times. And I honestly was super tired until we sat down to do this, and I'm very surprised at how much I've just like perked right back up.
Good. Good.
John Dalton has a question for you, which is, have you ever thought about doing hashtag Inktober drawings?
Yeah, I think about it all the time, literally. I think about it every year. The issue is I'm just not really that fast. So it takes up like a lot of my time in theory, but I might actually do it this year. Who knows? It would be fun. I'll just draw some stuff every day. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you draw all the time. You're always working on your comics. So
Yeah, but it's like a little quick ink sketch, basically.
Yeah.
Well, not quick. Some people are just really talented and stuff.
Stu Lumpkins asked, do you guys ever do improv comedy? When Michelle ran for president of the United States, we did do these like long drawn out comedy things, and every now and then we'll fall into like a skit where Michelle doesn't like, you are really good at just following my lead when I start talking a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I mean, I would actually say like a lot of what I do with other people is improv comedy. Like
That's just what conversations are to you.
No, yeah, no. I mean, like there was one guy that was like hitting on me, and I just improv'd. Like we just ended up talking about being in a cave, and I was like, just let me die because I was in the water, and
Yes, and yes, and yes, and.
But yeah, I mean, all the time, literally all the time.
Stu Lumpkins also said, do you like movies with gladiators? No, because gladiators are a symbol of imperialism. All right, so Keith Tomlin jumping in with Gary Heidnick, Harrison Graham, or Ira Einhorn, killers from the Philadelphia area.
They're all just as good as each other. I like them all the same.
You like them all the same? You think they're all just fine?
Yes.
I'm going to go with Michelle on that one. Nubase says, can you guys give a shout out to my brother Craig in Virginia? He is working in the mines and cannot watch live. Craig, I hope you are safe down there in the mines. It's a very dangerous job. A friend of mine's father died working in a coal mine. It is no joke. So, yeah, thank you, and be safe.
Mhm.
Stako said, in 1918, Philadelphia was one of the hardest hit by a pandemic flu. How do you feel about their response to COVID-19, and has it stunted Philadelphia culturally? Woof! Woof! You're on your own, Michelle. Bye. I'm just
Okay.
gonna.
So we haven't been hit as hard. I mean, we have been hit really hard. Where did you go?
This is yours.
Okay. Um, we've been hit really hard, but there are definitely cities that have been hit harder by the current pandemic. So it's not, we aren't one of the hardest hit, I would say, at this point. I just keep bouncing around the screen.
Oh, I'm just doing your.
Uh,
I'm doing your sign. Keep talking.
okay. um, but I of course it has stunted the Philadelphia area culturally, probably the same amount as everywhere else. But I think Philly has done like an okay job. We were having actually that's not true. There was a whole thing with Philly fighting COVID, the organization that was responsible for testing, and then also giving out the vaccine, who were just didn't do their job. So we've got shit like that going on, and I don't know. It all sucks. Everything sucks. It's bad everywhere. The end.
Well put, Michelle. Well, let me just make it so we're I didn't want to mess with you too much. Stako 79. Somebody. They're giving medical advice in the chat that literally, if I say it out loud, I could lose my YouTube account. So
Yeah, it's not worth it. It's not even that interesting.
So
So
thank you. You guys are welcome to share that on your own. And again, if you want to email us, you can email us at thisshowsawkward@gmail.com. I would be down for some of those cohibas. But anyway, so I don't know. I like, as I think about doing 100 of these, sitting down and doing 100, because I just celebrated just the other day the 100th episode of my other podcast, Weekly Spooky,
mhm.
which is a much more produced and
Better.
focused show. Well, better is that's not like completely fair, because it's is it more popular? Yes. Is it more focused towards an audience? Yes. Is it more focused in general?
Yeah.
Yes. When we made this show, I literally told you, I was like, I have no desire to do anything other than make the show. I mean, I'll tell people to watch it and I'll hope that they do, but like, I have no desire to push it and push it and push it and push it. Sometimes I believe, especially since I work most of my creative field for a living, I think it's really important to do things for the sake of creativity. I
Mhm.
think it's really important because, I mean, when I make a movie, it's to, pay my car insurance, and when I release a video on YouTube, it's to pay my bills. So this is for me to spend some time with a good friend and have a good time. So the comments in the chat, like, COVID sucks bad. Yeah, I don't like COVID either.
Yeah.
Um, Oh, John Dalton has one more tidbit. New Jersey is a leading producer of cranberries, blueberries, and tomatoes. Please rate 1 out of 3.
So this is an interesting one because I like don't like cranberries, but I'm gonna rate them number one because I think cranberry bogs are really cool.
You think cranberry bugs are really cool?
Bogs.
Bogs. Oh yeah, yeah.
They're
Yeah,
so
yeah.
cool. And then tomatoes and then blueberries. Because I like tomatoes better.
Oh wow. David Denoyer said, "Can we please keep the conversation on Rampart?" I'll have to explain that. That's a long, long joke. But Anne Rodolante said, "Just stopping by to say hello, and I love you, man. Congratulations on 100." Thank you, Anne. I hope you're doing very well, and I hope Pat is doing well too. So keeping the conversation on Rampart is like a Reddit thing, where Woody Harrelson was on Reddit doing an Ask Me Anything in conjunction with the release of the film Rampart. But he was doing the internet very poorly. So he wasn't answering. People wanted to know questions about his life. They
Mhm.
wanted to know
Mhm.
about, like, acting and this and this. And he kept just like saying, you know, well, learning how to perform in this way can be very challenging. When I was doing Rampart, he just kept like making it seem forced to the point where people were like, is this even Woody Harrelson talking to us? And famously, people just started throwing him questions and trolling him so hard. And eventually he just said, can we please keep the conversation about Rampart? So that's become like a meme people say on Reddit in particular is, can we please keep the conversation on Rampart? But my favorite thing about that whole Rampart story is that one guy figured out the secret weapon to get him to talk about something other than Rampart. And you're going to love this, which is he asked him to talk about his veganism. And then immediately he was talking about veganism. No problemo. Started talking about why he's doing it, how good it is for his health, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, John Dalton just said, I think that was Michelle's favorite question. Without a doubt, you answered that question faster than I could read it out loud.
Well, it's a good question.
It's true. So Jim Cragnon said, I'm actually here we go. Yeah, I'm actually an aspiring actor and would love to hear about your experiences as a filmmaker. I mean, unfortunately, you'll have to be more specific. I've directed 17 feature films. I've produced 20 some movies. If you're just a little bit more specific, I'm happy to answer your questions about making movies. I can tell you that as an actor, when you're starting out, the big thing is be friendly, be on time, and be sober, and you will already be ahead of many of your compatriots. And I hate to say it like that. It's the same way working, you know, when I go and do a directing job for hire or do a director of photography job for hire, when I show up on time with a smile on my face and I'm not drunk, I am at the top of the list already. The bar is really low. It's a lot like being in a band. Mm-hmm. Same thing too. It's like, whoa, he showed up on time. He knows how to drum and he's not drunk. Like he might be in this band for the rest of his life. So, this guy named Juan said something mean, to Michelle.
It might not be mean. Maybe he's a longtime listener and he's like picked up on
longtime listener,
things.
First time shithead.
Yeah.
This is a question for Michelle. Why do you hate bathing so much? I mean, there are lots of reasons to hate it.
I mean, I think it's a misconception that I hate bathing. Actually, I just really am scared of water. Like, really scared of water. Like,
because
I can't
of the
drink
rabies,
it.
or yeah,
because of the rabies in the water. Did you know that there's rabies in the water? I hope that this doesn't get you banned.
That's gonna get my account banned.
I'm sorry, there's not really rabies.
The freaking frogs gay.
There's not rabies in the water. Rabies, like, only is active for as long as the like saliva is active on a surface. It's not that big of a deal. But that's the reason. Something about water, and I'm scared of it. So,
okay.
Thank you.
So we have it. That was a solid answer. Jim Cragnon said, I was the bassist in a band for a few years, and I wonder if I can use that for acting. Well, if you've performed in front of an audience live, then you already have like that knee-jerk fear kind of out of you a bit. The difference between performing live and performing on a movie set is very simple. You perform on a stage for the audience. You know, you listen to them laugh, you listen to them cheer, you listen to them do whatever. On a movie set, you're really performing for an audience of one, and that's the director. Because the director is the one who's going to come over and be like, no, that was plenty funny. Because the director's job is to be the first audience of a film. Because they see every shot, every take, and then they have to, in their minds, imagine how it's all going to come together. So that's the thing. You'll have to get used to not getting that immediate gratification of like a big laugh, because the crew could actually get in trouble for laughing and ruining the audio on a take. So yeah. You're supposed to be funny or whatever, and everybody's dead quiet. That's the goal, and it's weird. Jim Cragnon, Juan said, thanks, Michelle. So I guess no problem.
You're welcome.
And then Stako said, rabies is a virus that infects mammals, so your bathwater is good.
Good. I feel better now. I mean, I still think that water might be a mammal, but
let's see. Okay, so Juan said, this is a question for Enrique. What is your greatest achievement and why is it so sad? Um, See, there are a lot of sad achievements to pick through. Um, I think the first time like the first time I didn't just pay all of my bills by doing what I want for a living, like by just from making movies. I paid all of my bills and was making my car payment, making my rent, making everything, and having money left over. Realizing like this is the best paying job I've ever had is directing movies. That was like one of the greatest moments of my entire life. Better than being the guest at some event or whatever where you're everybody's cheering you on. But then why is it so sad would be because your mother is still you're still the son of your mother is what it really comes down to. So fuck you. Just like fuck you. Why is it so sad? Because fuck yourself. I don't know. Like because you think you're funny. And you know what? It's sad that this is the only place you get to be funny. So, I don't
It
know.
is sad.
In the words of a great poet, suck a dick up till you hiccup.
What poet?
What poet?
Yeah.
Well, it was the NWA. I'm not sure who wrote
Oh,
the exact.
okay. Okay.
Jim Craignon just said, "Wait, water is an animal?"
You
Or is a
didn't know
mammal?
that. They have live babies.
Okay, we got one more from John Dalton. Question for both of you about movies featuring rabies. Rabid, 28 Days Later, or The Crazies? Michelle might have seen 28 Days Later.
I have, so
You
I'll just say
have?
that.
So it's got to be 28 Days Later.
Yeah.
Not a huge fan of The Crazies, so I'm going to go with 28 Days Later, and I wasn't a big fan of Rabid either. So, New Base asked, who is Walter? I have no idea. So, anyway, I think we're going to wrap this up. We've hit about where we need to. Is there something you want to say, Michelle?
I think Walter is a rock that I gave to someone. So that's Walter.
Whoa, okay. Yeah, that's the thing. Some of these people are coming, like a couple of them, maybe they're probably trolls, but then some of them seem to actually like, kind of vaguely know us, which is really interesting.
Weird, yeah.
And and they're welcome to email us at thisshowis.awkward@gmail.com, or even better, send a tip. But everybody's too damn cheap.
If you're being mean,
oh, wait.
you should really send a tip.
Oh wait, no, we got a tip. Oh man. we got a tip. I don't want to read his name because maybe he doesn't want me to read his name. But from Phoenix, Arizona, Cristobal said, "Keep ripping that stream, brother," and he tipped $4.20. Nice. If 420. Now, if only he followed it up with 69, it would have been nice.
Yeah.
So I wasn't expecting that. Well, thank you very much, Cristobal. I really do appreciate it. Jim Cragnon said, I really need an email. You don't have your own email?
You definitely need an email.
Oh, well, I will say, so I'll pull up the email address one more time while I says, somebody asked, what is, my best movie? It would probably be a movie called Nothing Good Ever Happens, which you can stream for free on Tubi.tv. So go check it out if you really want to watch one of the films I've made. Nothing Good Ever Happens at Tubi.tv, or you can email us at the email address on the screen and I'll answer any and all of your questions. But I think it's about time to get out of here. But first, Michelle, I want you to take the floor again and just let everybody know exactly your thoughts on everything. So here you go.
What kind of thoughts? What thoughts?
Any kind of thoughts.
Like just on things?
Yeah.
I don't really have any thoughts ever, actually. So it's really hard to do this. But thanks for, being around and watching this thing. And my cat's on the floor right now and she keeps making sounds.
Aw. Gigs is a good cat. No, thank you guys for checking this out and hanging out. This is a podcast that we do because we have a lot of fun with it. And I just appreciate it. So everybody take care of yourselves. Be well. We don't usually do sign-offs, but we also don't usually do this live.
Yeah, we're supposed to just cut it off.
Yeah, it's supposed to cut off at a humorous moment.
Just cut it off now.
No, that's not how it works. I mean, because it has to end on some kind of like a poignant moment, right?
Oh, damn.
Like, because it can't just end because I say it's gonna end, because that wouldn't work,
Yeah.
at all. I have to answer one more question because it's our longtime friend Craig Cohen. And Craig
Hmm.
has always been a good guy and a supporter. You two are the best. Love the show always. Thanks. And I'm sending multivitamin refills this week. I appreciate it, my man. I really do. New Base Depatia said, quick, for the holiday season, your best horror flick. You'd want to check out Babysitter Massacre because it is the Halloween season. And you can find that at henflix.com. But I don't have time to create a thingy. Email us at thisshowis.awkward.com. And hey, Michelle,
Hmm.
what's the difference between I thought I'd have a joke. I couldn't come up with one.
That's okay.